Hey guys, this is Valin with Valin Games, here to walk you through Field of Fire Hard 3 for the Daenerys challenges. I am recording this audio in post, so I do apologize if it's slightly off. But to talk you through the setup here a little bit, um, you can see that we're up against three shieldsmen, a couple of bowmen, and a horse. Looking at these abilities, you can see that those shields are just going to be healing everybody left and right. So we definitely want to prioritize taking those out. The bowmen, the archers rather, they've got that passive on them that increases damage through that vulnerability stat. So we do want to take those out second, and we're going to save that horse for last unless we just get to kill him as an target of opportunity first. He's the least threatening of them all. So first things first, we're going to move our great swordsman up, get all of our melees into position to start running interference. I don't want to keep Dany too far out of it at this time, just in case I need to bring her in to start gathering them all together clumped up like that, which I managed to do, so I can now start moving her out. And as you can see, if we target it right, we're going to be able to hit very nearly everybody except maybe one. So I don't mind leaving that archer out in order to get everybody out there, particularly those shieldsmen, since having them burning prevents them from healing. We then want to use our archer to get a good area of effect attack in there. You want to be a bit strategic with where you go on that. I'm going to make sure I hit as many of those shields first as possible. Again, got to get rid of that healing before they have much of a chance to do it. That's key, which is the same reason you saw me target that guy there with my great sword. I am going to make sure I use my shieldman's ability on that so I don't get a counter. Otherwise, I would have left him just to take a hit later and keep him alive for that turn that you saw there. We're going to move our archer out of the way as soon as possible there. He will probably die sooner rather than later. I don't recall exactly what happened. But we should be able to get a few shots off first, even if he does. Truthfully, though, the more I look at it, the most threatening units have almost in that area have almost burned to death at this point. And so we can even take in Dany there, as you saw, and start hitting that horse. Now, if your Dany has lower HP than I am, if you have fewer soldiers left, that's definitely not something you want to do this early in things. We're going to let that great sword finish out the bowmen over all the way on the right of that map, while Dany finishes out those guys. You can see a couple of them just died from burning. The remaining horse next to her is no threat at all. She's going to be able to take that out very quickly. I'm even going to go on the offensive a little bit just to speed up that process. By the time that archer's in range, that horse is either going to be dead or very nearly dead. So we're going to go ahead and hit that archer with the dragon instead. No matter what, that horseman's going down. Whether I attack him first or we get the counter, there you have it, just like I said. So give me a moment and I will get into hard 4 with you and walk you through that as well. Alright, so moving right on here into hard challenge number 4. This is going to be the last one I put on this video in order to keep it from being overly lengthy. You can see that we're mainly up against horsemen in here with a couple of shields to support them. At this point, I'm still making those shieldsmen targets of priority, simply to prevent them from healing. Without a heal to back them up, those horsemen really aren't much of a threat. It's really those shields that are my biggest difficulty there. So that's what we're going to be watching out for. Now, if you look at those horsemen, and you can see even more so why they're not a threat, they take extra fire damage. If they're burning, anything that hits them is going to hit double as hard, twice as hard as it normally would. So for that reason, I'm positioning my bowmen way on the end, keeping Dany right in the middle there to kind of taunt them into grouping up a little bit. We're going to move our greatsword up front, I think, here. Again, I'm recording this in post, so if I'm slightly off, I apologize. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's right. I moved my archer back there to prevent him from getting grouped up on. Same thing with Daenerys, where you see I have moved both of those guys. It's going to basically be impossible for more than one enemy to get them at the same time. Um, Two eventually for Danny once that shieldsman dies, if he dies. But you could see how well they're lined up here. My dragon is going to be able to take out a large majority of them if I want to. I am going to go ahead and get a pretty good clump of the guys here. And while I normally would like to hit those shieldsmen first, they're just so far out there that it's not worth it right now. By the time I could take them out, those horses would be causing me a little bit of issue, so I'd rather just knock them out quickly since they're just gathered all around my troops there. Um, but it won't be long before I get to the shields, I promise you. And you could see how easy that fire on those horses helps them die. It just really allows them to take a massive amount of damage, both from direct hits and then later on from the burning. So at this point, I'm going to move my Dany in to support these guys here because she can just kind of sit there and take the hits and heal until she gets her dragon um, cooldown. In the meantime, it prevents my greatsword from taking too many hits all at once so that he can live to fight another turn or two. And my archer is, of course, going to keep supporting them from behind that line. Now, depending on exactly how much health and defense your guys have, whether or not you've still got as many people left as I am, you may have to adjust your strategy. If you're down to maybe Dany and only one other guy at this point, you're probably going to need her on the run just to survive long enough to get that cooldown going. Yeah, you can see she's at a scary low health, so I'm moving her out of the way there just so that my other two guys can take on any survivors of that dragon fire. They're going to have a bit of trouble getting to her through that great swordsman who's going to go out and, knock out some of these guys here. So even though I would have loved to get those shieldsmen out earlier, they're not such a huge deal since they've been burning most of the time. For those of you who don't have as much of a cooldown on the dragon ability for Daenerys, you may not be able to do that. Anyhow, that's going to be hard 4. I hope you liked it. Please remember to like and subscribe to my videos. Thank you guys.